Hey guys, I am Wade Ballou, and I work with men all over the world. I have a company called the Bod Garage, and this is what I have found, and I hear it every single day. I don't have time. I don't have time to take care of my health. Let me explain something to you. If you don't have time, then you make time. You make time for your health because if you don't, it is going to come back and it's going to bite you. If you don't make time for your health, then you're not going to have time to enjoy all these things in life that you feel like are a priority. That house, that car, that truck, that boat, that big vacation, those trips that you want to go on. If your health fails, you're never going to be able to enjoy any of those things. What about your family? You know, there's a saying, and I know all of you have heard this saying, and you've probably used it before. And it goes something like this. I would die for my kids. I would die for my grandkids. Is that what you think your kids or your grandkids really want you to do? They want you to live. They want you to be healthy. They need you in their life. Your grandkids, they want you to be able to get outside and run around with them and play and not be stuck in a damn recliner smelling like BO and eating Cheetos. It's something with a man's mentality when it comes to his health. If I were to ask you to get a piece of paper and a pencil and write down your top 5 priorities in life, my physical health would not be on that list for the majority of you. And here's why. Because you've got that 10-foot tall, bulletproof mindset that nothing is going to happen to you. Let me run some statistics by you real quick. 73% of men in the United States is overweight. 73%. That means if you line up 10 men, 7 of them, minimum, are going to be overweight. 47% of men in the United States is considered to be obese. And that's when your BMI is over 30%. And I can get into BMI and all of this at a later time. I'm trying to lay the groundwork here as to what you're going to get out of this podcast. You're not going to get bullshit. You're going to get real talk. And I mean real talk. Tough love. And this is not just going to be about your physical health. It's not going to be just about nutrition. My company, the Bod Garage, I work with men all over the world, helping them get their body back, helping them get their self-esteem back. But I run into the same little roadblocks along the way every single day. And that is that men in general really don't give a shit. If they did, 73% of men in the United States wouldn't be overweight. So that tells me that 73% of you really don't care. But you're going to throw back at me excuses. Let me run down some of these excuses that I hear all the time. I don't have time. You make time. Listen, you have the same amount of time that every other man in history has had in a day's time. You get 24 hours. You can find 30 minutes to an hour in those 24 that you can dedicate to your physical health. But you don't. And that's where you are. That's why you are where you are today. Now, being around your buddies, sometimes it's something you make fun of it. You make fun of your own weight. But in reality, when you're by yourself and you get out of the damn shower and you look in the mirror, that's not really what you're thinking, is it? And that's okay, because we're going to talk through it. This is going to be real talk, men. It's not going to be bullshit. If you follow me and you follow this podcast, your life can change. I have seen thousands of men's life change over the last 5 years because they succeeded in one thing, and that success carried over into other areas of their life. They got their health back in check. They dropped the 40 pounds, the 80 pounds. They weren't embarrassed when they went to the beach to take their shirt off. They weren't embarrassed to go into the bedroom at night with the light on. Yeah, you've done it. You've turned the light off because you don't even want your wife to see you. Isn't that in itself enough motivation? By the way, this podcast is called ManShit Motivation because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to motivate you through all this man shit that we go through. Midlife man shit. There's a bunch of it. There's a bunch of it covered up. There's a bunch of it you don't want to talk about. But this is the place that we're going to be able to talk about it. And I'm going to help you through it. The first episode is going to be on testosterone, guys, and it's going to come out probably tomorrow. So I want you to check that out. Make sure you follow me. And I'll have another episode the day after that. And then it will become probably a 1 week episode. They will be longer. I wanted to come on here, introduce myself, let you know what you're in for. So if you're ready to make changes in your life, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, every area of your life, there is some kind of struggle. There is something that you don't want to discuss happening in your life as a man. Because we don't like doing that, do we? This is the place that you're going to get to do it. So if you are ready to change your life, physically, mentally, emotionally, then follow me on this podcast. Strap in because it's going to be rocky. It's going to be real. I'm not going to bullshit you. ManShit Motivation. Take this ride with me. You will not regret it. I'm Wade Blue, founder of the Bod Garage. Until the next episode, make yourself a priority.